Hi all, Billy Strange here. Hope you are doing well today. Today's race is round 2 of my custom Assetto Corsa GTE/GT3 championship. We're driving the C7R around Monza, and I managed to qualify on pole, which is a surprise. Monza is not typically my best track, so see if we can keep it there. We're currently third. Yeah, that's right, third in the points. We finished third in the round 1, so it would be a good point stay to finish first. And if I manage to finish first, I'm going to have to up the difficulty level a bit. Not that I have a whole lot of room left to bump it up, but there is some, so let's get to it. Okay, lights are up. Spin the tire a little bit. I've got the least amount of traction control I can put on the car. Just a little bit of a safety net. Broke too early. A little bit of lock up there. Alright, managed to keep it in the lead through the first couple corners. And let's see what they can do with me. Now, the Mercedes in practice seemed a little quicker in the straight line than the Corvette. I haven't changed the aero balance in the car at all. Felt pretty good right out of the box. If I was doing like an online race or something, I might mess with the aero to get a little more straight line speed. But this is all about having a competitive race with the AI, and that doesn't look like that's going to happen unless I really mess it up, which is possible. Run medium tires just like the rest of the field. Again, a 5-lap race. Whoa. And if you're not familiar with how the dash works on the Corvette, there's 2 LED bars, one on each side of the dash. Left side indicates left side tires, right side indicates right side tires. The red is lock up on the front. The blue is either lock up or tire spin in the rear. You can see the blue indicator on the right rear tire. That means I was kind of sliding the tire going through the turn, and we've got ourselves a sizable lead. I am thoroughly impressed on how this car feels, because usually I am not saying I'm the best in the world as it stands right now. I'm just saying usually I'm not very competent when it comes to driving Monza. I don't know, me and the track just don't disagree, and I kind of find it boring, if I'm being honest. A little over rev. Like to shift right around the blue. And I know people don't like it. In fact, a lot of people like Monza. I'm just not a huge fan of it. See, there's that tire spin. So we're not out of the woods. I can make a big mistake. But I'm very impressed with the way the car handles. I lighten the fuel load from stock, and then soften the rear springs since we don't have as much fuel in the back, so it lowers the rear end just a hair and softens it up, just because, again, we don't have that much fuel in the back end of the car, and it seems to work well. I think this is too deep. Talking instead of driving, which is kind of what this series is about anyway, so. Talk and drive. So let's see where we line up on our second lap here. We kind of, looks like we balanced out a little bit. We're not really pulling away from those guys anymore. And they were running faster than me in practice. I was about 4th quick in practice with this setup. So I kind of expected a little better challenge off the start, but maybe it takes them a little bit to get going. 153.2 to a 153.4. Got the relative in the bottom right hand corner just to see what they're running for reference. Three laps in, or we're working our third lap. Looks like they caught me a little through there. And I've noticed something now that I've had a good amount of time with the TSPC Racer wheel, and I am using the wheel rim that comes with it. In Assetto Corsa there, I've noticed some people were complaining about dampening with the TSPC Racer. I never really felt that. But what's interesting is coming from another sim, R Factor 2, iRacing, pick one. There does feel like there's a slight bit of dampening with this wheel when it comes to Assetto Corsa. See me lock up the tires through there. So I don't know if I need to play with the settings a little more. It's not bad, it's just not as detailed as some of the other sims, so I don't know if that's a function of Assetto Corsa that I really just didn't notice before. Maybe it's just part of how this car utilizes the force feedback. So I've got to try a couple things, see if I can get a little more detail out of the wing. I mean, it's got force to it. I'm just running the default Thrustmaster settings, and then I'm at 70% for the car. It's plenty strong enough. And see, I can feel the little detail down the straightaway. It's just when I'm getting into the corner here, oops, flat spot the tire a little bit. But I can feel it when I get into the corner. There's like a little vibration. There's lots of tug on the wheel. I don't know. It's just a different sensation. Maybe it's not even dampening that I'm feeling. I'm not quite sure how to describe it. I would describe it as dampening, but maybe that's not the case. But I tell you what, this car, even on medium tires, inspires a lot of confidence for me. And that's due in part to really the care I think Kunos has taken to delivering a tire model that really gives you that sensation of where the limit is and that over the limit gradient that I talk about. When a car gets sideways or breaks traction, to be able to cover before the car's completely lost and you go spinning off, you know, off the track or spin out and crash or what have you. Okay, we're still out front. We're in a 51.9. I think qualifying for me was a 51.3 with super softs on, so really not that far off the pace. Like I said, they were running in the 50s in practice, so I'm not sure what the difference is, but we are on the final lap. See if I can kind of talk it through here if I don't mess this up. Gonna brake just past the dark spot on the track. Turn in a little early. Not always the best line, and just wait for the car through here. Shift first, or when I'm in first, just do a quick shift to second just so the tire doesn't spin. Again, may not be optimal, but it's consistent. And I'm much more worried about turning fast, consistent laps than one superior lap. Here, we're going to brake somewhere about that shadow to the marker. Kind of trail off going into the corner, wait for the car to get about the rumble strips, and then hit the gas. Hitting the gas just before the rumble strips so the car doesn't get too sideways on them. There we go. Again, floored in the center of the turn. Brake just before the marker here just to make sure you get a nice turn in. You could probably take it a little deeper that time. I know on the super softs I was taking it much deeper into the turn. We can see I timed my fuel right. It's giving me the fuel light. I'm going to come down here and we're going to go just past the bridge and hit that brake clip in third gear. Clip there. You want to clip this just a little bit. Let it swing out. Up into 6. I did shorten the gear ratio a little bit and then elongate 6th gear so I wouldn't run out. I want to hit the brake just about a third of the way into that green patch on the left hand side. feather the car through the turn. Again, I'm on the lowest traction control setting, so I've got to take a little more care with the throttle, but you get about halfway through the corner and you can pretty much stuff your foot in it. And then we go. That was a fairly easy win. Not much of a race, but it is what it is. In fact, that's actually a good result for me, so I'm going to have to bump up the difficulty next time. So, not an exciting race, but I hope I was able to kind of talk my way through it, and maybe that was entertaining. But thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. I promise I'll bump up the difficulty next time, and hopefully that provides a little better race. And I will see you in round 3 of Assetto Corsa GTE/GT3 Championship. Take care.